What is up, boys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. And today, guys, we're with a new commentary video. Today we have why I think the Washington football team has the most underrated offense in the league. Before the video, make sure to hit the sub and like button, for more content like this. I'm really road to 2,000 subscribers, so if you could sub, that'd be very much appreciated. And yeah, let's go into it. So, in my opinion, I am a football team fan, but I do think their offense is extremely underrated. People only really just look at our defense, which is probably the best defense in the league. But I think our offense is very slept on. Like, bottom, we have one of the better offenses, in the league. And I don't think people really talk about it. So if you look at quarterback is probably our weakest position, but it's not terrible. So we have Fitzpatrick and Heineke, which I think Heineke actually has a better chance to start than I thought maybe a couple weeks ago, because it came out that he was taking he was taking first team snaps in training camp a couple days ago. So I think he actually could start if he does outplay Fitzpatrick, which I think it is possible. I would probably rather start Heineke because he can develop, and Fitzpatrick is really old. But you never really know. And then if you look at our halfbacks, so we have Antonio Gibson, who had an amazing rookie season. He had double-digit touchdowns. He missed a couple games, but he was absolutely amazing. And this year he's going to be even better. He's one of the better, pass-catching backs in the league. He was a wide receiver in college, so he has really good hands. He is a touchdown machine. He's going to have a breakout year this year, in my opinion. I think it's going to happen. And then at the backup, we have J.D. McKissick, who is extremely underrated, one of the best receiving backs in the league. And he was like top 3 in all the, receiving stats for running back, which is pretty insane. He was insane. He always catches. He was a very good, third down back. And if you look at our receiving core, so we have my boy Terry McLaurin, in my opinion, is probably a fringe top 10 wide receiver. About like 1,100 yards last season. I think he's gonna have a way better season this year. He has a lot better of a situation this season than he had last year. Then we look at the wide receiver 2. We have my boy Curtis Samuel, who last year he had over 1,000 yards from scrimmage. He is very, very underrated. He came from the Panthers. On the Panthers, he was third option because he was playing behind Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore. So I think this year, with him being the number 2 option, he could put up even better stats. And then at wide receiver number 3, we have my boy Dyami Brown. We got him in the 3rd round of the draft. Was an absolute steal. We have probably the fastest receiving core in the league. Terry runs in the 4.3, probably like a 4.35. I think Samuel runs a 4.32, which is insane. And then I think Dyami Brown runs around a 4.4. So all 3 of them are around 4.4 or less speed, which is absolutely insane. They're all super fast. And if you look at our backups, we have Steven Sims, Kelvin Harmon, Cam Sims. Cam Sims is gonna be very good still. Last year he had a great year. Then we have a couple other players that we have like Adam Humphries, who he will probably make the roster. Probably the rest of them won't, but we never really know. And then if you look at the tight ends, so we have my boy Logan Thomas, who last year he played like a top 10 tight end. I think he's gonna have probably about the same type of season. He was absolutely amazing last year. He was a great safety net. He has very sure hands. He's a big body, so he's very good at fighting for extra yards. He's not too slow. He has decent speed for a tight end. Then we have Ricky Seals-Jones, who I think he's gonna be our backup tight end. I'm not 100% sure. We have a few decent tight ends. But Ricky Seals-Jones is probably the only proven one out of our other ones besides Logan Thomas. He'll probably be our backup one. And then O-line, I think we have probably a middle of the pack O-line. Our star of the O-line is Brandon Scherff, who is a top 3 guard in the league, only behind Zach Martin and Quentin Nelson. He is amazing. He was an all-pro player last year. He had an amazing year last year. He's been very consistent for very many years. We drafted Samuel Cosme, in the 2nd round. He was very, very good. I think he was a very good pick. He was very good in college. I think he will be a pretty decent, tackle. We did cut Morgan Moses to, free some, cap space, because he did take up a lot. And I think Samuel Cosme will, replace him. And then we have Chase Roulier, who is a very good center. I think he's probably around a top 10 center in the league, maybe top 15. He had a very nice year last year. He's very slept on. No one really talks about him. Chase Roulier is a very good center, And then we have a couple other ones that aren't great. We've got a middle of the pack, offensive line. So I think our offense, if I had to give our offense a grade, I'd honestly give it around an 8.5. like if you just look top to bottom, I think Antonio Gibson is I think he's gonna be a top 10 running back this year. J.D. McKissic is one of the better receiving backs in the league. Our receiving core is insanely underrated. We have 2 receivers who had over 1,000 total yards last season. I think Taylor Heinicke, if he starts, we have a better chance of being a bit more explosive offense because he is more fast-paced QB. From what we saw last year, I think he can really push the offense down the field very fast and in a hurry. Logan Thomas is probably, I would think, a top 10 tight end, probably around that 10 spot or so. And then yeah, so I think our offense is very, very good. I think it's very slept on. I think it's around, I would honestly say it's probably a top 12 offense in the league. If you just look at every position, our biggest hole is quarterback, but I think Heinicke could surprise some people this year. So yeah, guys, I think that's gonna wrap up the video. This is why I think the Washington football team, have the most underrated offense in the entire league. If you did enjoy, remember to hit that sub and like button. Very much appreciate it. We're in the road to 2,000 subscribers, so very much appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. And you guys, peace out.